Hey everybody, Michelle is here, relaxing, enjoying the moment. I finally finished with some plans I had today. And yeah, it was pretty. Um, a lot of it is a lot of it was laborious. How about that? And so I'm glad I've finished that up today. And of course, I got a lot of other things I want to do. And I just want to also clarify about things that I'm doing because I know a lot of people um, or I know a lot of people are moving around all over the place. And I told you it's about the energy of their thoughts. A lot of things are taking place, whereas people we're experiencing these kind of significant events in our lives. I told you it started in 2022 and it's continuing in 2023. And we probably won't know anything about it until the dawning of the age of Aquarius in 2029. So, and I've said that, a lot of people are just going to be moving around and it's going to be based on the energy of their thoughts. And in some cases, it's going to be based on what they need versus what they want. Now, if you do things based on what you want, that means you've put in the work to develop yourself, to develop your consciousness, to prepare your psyche, to resolve issues that are usually imposed of either from your subconscious or impulse from the environment, from the cosmos, from the universe, whatever, right? It's all energy, and for a lot of people, they're not going to relate, and that's fine. It does, because you don't relate doesn't mean that you don't that there's anything wrong with that. Some people may not understand, but at the same time, things do happen, whether you are aware of it or not. A lot of people are intentionally unconscious. Some people are just unconscious, right? A lot of us are intentionally overwhelmed more than anything, and we stay busy all the time, and we kind of miss signs and misalignments and misinformation, miss impulses, those kind of things, miss these kind of revelations of things that usually come via the thoughts, right? So for me, that's what I'm doing, and that's what I've been doing for a while. I've been just developing myself and doing everything I can to stay in alignment with what I'm supposed to do, and know who I am, what I am, why I am. I stay grounded in reality as best I can, but I know that a lot of us are not, per se. A lot of us, we spend a lot of time in our fantasies. I do too, because when you spend a lot of time in your fantasies, it feels fantastic to be in your fantasy and thinking about certain things, and fantasizing about this and fantasizing about that. And I told you, for a lot of us, we are in that kind of fantasy where just the mention of a certain events in our life, it gets us going. Say for example, if you went to any of these well-known important monuments and important sites and monuments in the world, a lot of us are staying in our fantasy about that, and not necessarily in the reality of what is going on with certain places. In certain places there are no animals, right? Where there were animals. In certain places, it's barren. Okay, in certain places it looks like scorched earth. Okay, in certain places you can tell that there's drilling going on. There's a disfiguration with the mountains. You can see rock formations that look odd in certain places. So a lot of us are just in a lot of fantasy about, oh yeah, see, it's beautiful. Let me show you. It's beautiful. But I can guarantee you that mountain that's out there is going to be changed. It might change. It's going to be disfigured because we're drilling it. We're using all that rock and soil to build houses and to build communities and blah blah blah. And I told you, that's just the effect of overpopulation. And that's not. And when I say overpopulation, it doesn't just mean humans. It means buildings. And so what I'm doing basically is just doing my, I'm in that process too, where I am moving around, attempting to decide where I want to be, okay, and what I told you is I have an alignment of where I want to be. Now, does that mean that everything's going to work out as I planned it, or as the alignment states? No, I told you some alignments have been severed. I said that too. Whereas other people, some people, even though, especially when it comes to a human being, whether you are aligned with that person or not, doesn't mean that that's where you'll be and that's who you'll be with. So I just want everybody to kind of be gentle with themselves when it comes to that kind of revelation or situation if you find yourself in it. Because I've been talking to a couple of people, and a lot of people are having these issues with the interpersonal relationship. I told you that. I am just almost, because I know I'm not a beauty queen, but I've seen some that are classified as beauty queens, classified as, just really having their stuff together, have everything that they were told, and as we all were told as young people, what we need to to find somebody to sweep you off your feet, and give you, give you the intimacy you seek. And, and for a lot of people, it's just not happening. I know a lot of people say that, well, it's rare. Okay, we could say that. We could say whatever. But also, what I am realizing is that, you don't want to put too much. You don't want to put, as they say, put your eggs all in one basket. Find out really what do you want. I know it's really important for a lot of people to have companionship, to have a partnership, to have a love relationship, to have a closeness, to have like-minded, all of that. I know that's very important to people. But, if it doesn't happen, is it the end though? Is it the end of everything because it doesn't happen? Because I told you, for me, I've been rejected just as much as I've rejected people. All right, even though everything looks like it'll work out just fine, everything looks like it'll come in alignment perfectly. We've all been rejected. We've all been hurt. We've all been misled, manipulated, deceived, ghost. Who hasn't been ghost? And what's the other one? Ghost. I was just talking about it. Catfishing. Who hasn't had all that stuff happen to them? So, and I'm no different. It's happened to me. And so, I just see it as I see it as a sign of the times. I see it as that's the way of the world. That's what I see. I know some people that even these high profile celebrities are having problems with interpersonal relationships, right? So that means we all are, because since everybody thinks that these celebrities are gods, and think that they have it all and have it together. I mean, some of these celebrities, that if they're honest with you, they know that it's not about the materialness, the course of, the materialism. That if they're honest about it, that's what And so since I've made it over here, since I start traveling and start thinking a little bit more, I kind of look at everything from from experience. I also look at it as a big picture, and I look at it as that sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. But does that mean that you're not successful? Does that mean that you are not worthy? You know, so like I said, we all may have to just consider what's beneficial to each other. Honestly, what is beneficial? What keeps you getting up happy in the morning? Because I get up happy in the morning. I really do, and I go to bed happy too. I'm sleeping very well, so I was surprised about that. I didn't think I would, but I'm sleeping well. I'm healthy. I'm in a beautiful environment. So at some point we may have to, and I'm grounded in reality. And I told you there's sometimes there's certainty, sometimes there's uncertainty, and usually uncertainty is in the form of other human beings, right? In other words, it's not so much that it's you per se, it's just other human beings. They are just, we all are on a different path, unfortunately. And whether you align with someone, or whether you're attracted to someone, or whether they're attracted to you, it means nothing sometimes. It really doesn't. It doesn't mean that anything's going to be successful, or it doesn't mean that you'll come together with that person, or or whatever you seek. So I still focus primarily on the evolution of my consciousness, dealing with the reality of the situation. And so I plan to be doing some more, so the point of the matter is that this is not a vacation. It's my point. This is an exploration and a journey, a planned journey, and of stuff that I knew as a young girl, snapshots of situations that I'm attempting to resolve and bring the pieces together. Okay, so that can mean anything, right? That can mean, and this has to be done whether I'm with somebody or not. That's my point. I still have to do this whether I'm with somebody or not. And I realized, like I said, when I was driving over here, okay, I'm glad I was by myself. It would have been quite difficult journey with somebody else, especially if you just, if you don't know this person very well, or even if you know the person very well. It was a difficult journey, okay? But that's what my energy was, and my energy was sending me all over the place. I was lost. I told you I was going round and round and round and round and round and round, and I was like, oh boy. But luckily, I've had these experiences before when I used to travel back in the day. I used to go and get myself intentionally lost, and I always made it back, and this is before GPS, right? So I just want to encourage, some people that I don't need to be calling out anybody, but if you're listening to me, just keep in mind that we're all having difficult times with interpersonal relationships, whether we align with somebody or not. Okay, whether we're with somebody or not. Okay, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean nothing, really. Yes, it's nice to have a companion. It's nice to have a partnership, and it's nice to have someone close in an intimacy. But at the same time, we all are struggling with it. It's not business as usual, and there's the complexities of all of that has changed. So just like I said, be gentle with yourself, and understand that it may not be you at all. It may not be you at all. A lot of people, like I said, whether we are aligned with them or not, it could have been just severed. And sometimes that severing, that break can happen anytime. Anytime. So I just want to go ahead and share that, and I want to send out peace and love to everyone. And as I said, just be gentle about these interpersonal relationships. They're difficult for a reason, and I don't see the reason being resolved. Whereas, I don't see the reason the reason that we're here, the reasons, are not being addressed properly. And that is going to be something that has to be worked on. And, like I said, in the proper setting and, in the proper, environment. And understand, because like I said, I got some revelations myself just driving over here in that short period of time, right? And it dealt with human beings, how, some people don't want to be bothered, and that's perfectly fine. Some people can care less about the relationships of whether you are a family member, a friend, associate, a business partner, a partner, a neighbor, a stranger. A lot of people just can care less about any of that kind of connection. Okay, they just want to be left alone. They want to deal what they want to deal. They want to stay where they are, wherever that is, whether it's in their thinking, whether it's in their living conditions, blah, blah, blah. And I do not interfere with people. I do not. I allow people to do what they want to do, but I do open myself up. If you need me, you know how to contact me. Blah, blah, blah. All right, and it's nothing that I take personally, because I know it's difficult to find people to connect with, and be aligned with. But like I said, even if you know that you're aligned, that can still be difficult too, right? Even if you do come together, keep that in mind. So I want to go ahead and send peace and love all over. I'm going to go ahead and get me something to eat, and go sit my ass down somewhere and enjoy the moments. Trust me, I'll be back.